A very first video on my channel was about a controversial, horrible, brutal, explicit, you name it, I could go on, book called The Groomer by Jon Athan. Today, I would fancy to take a look at that author again and at his work called Lovesick. Oh boy. Welcome. This is Check That Book, a special place where we get acquainted with the most disturbing books ever written. And today, like I said, we are going to look at Jon Athan once again. I really like Athan's works, and one of those works caught me a bit off guard. That work is called Lovesick. Lovesick is a very simple story, even cliche to a certain degree. Kind of reminds me of Stephen King's Misery, which we've talked about on this channel, by the way. I'll put the link into the description down below if you're interested. This one, yeah, the roles are being reversed, obviously, and it's as simple as day. You have a guy who is obsessed with his girlfriend, but she has fallen out of love with him. So she just doesn't want this relationship anymore, but the dude is obsessed. Don't we all love those stories? They're so cliche and at times quite unbelievable even, but these people exist. Don't get me wrong. And I do realize the threat very well. And whilst the premise is quite basic, like I said, it's simple. The dude gets obsessed. He kind of understands that she has fallen out of love with him and that she wants out, but he doesn't want to believe it. But in the end of the day, he's too obsessed with her. He doesn't want to let her go. And what he does the most obvious thing that maniacs such as himself do. He kidnaps her and holds her hostage and does disgusting things to her, and not what you might think here. It's not just simple, kidnapping slash hostage story. No. This is different. Why caught me off guard? Whilst the premise is relatively easy and understandable, it caught me off guard because of what exactly was he doing to her. Meanwhile, claiming and telling her that he loves her, and he even says it to himself. He himself firmly believes that this is love. He loves her so much that he's gonna ruin her, and not in a good way. I'm not talking about a good time. Yeah, the premise is simple. He takes her to this abandoned place, holds her hostage there, but I mentioned him being a maniac. Our main character has never done this sort of thing before, but throughout the beginning of the book, before shit hits the fan, so to speak, he already exhibits certain tendencies, certain inclinations, and we don't feel for him at all. As a reader, I was disgusted with his character, with what he is. He is weak. He is obviously weak because only a weak man would attack a woman or a child, obviously. But yeah, this dude, there's no sympathy for him whatsoever. I didn't care for him at all, even when I realized that Rebecca, the girl that he loves, she doesn't love him anymore, right? Even when I realized that, well, she should have told him, and she's not doing it. She has her own insecurities. This is psychological. This is interesting. But yeah, she should have told him. She shouldn't have cheated on him like this. She should have broken up with him. Should have. But alas, she didn't. Still, does it justify his actions? And what the hell did he do to her? I Don't think so, of course not. This is not just immoral, this is sick. And here's where we get to the tastiest part of the pie, so to speak. It is this essence of the disturbing that I like captured. I like when this is captured correctly. So yes, like I mentioned, you have to take into account that Jon Athan, being the author of any book, is already a trigger warning. This one, Lovesick, it's literally love sick. Keyword is sickness. I don't want to spoil it to you, but the methods of torture that are used in this book are unheard of, really. I think unheard of nowadays, but it's something that rivals what the concentration camps were doing. Honestly, this stuff made me sick. I was not surprised because I expected something truly hardcore from Jon Athan, but this one caught me off guard a bit. I did not expect it to be that graphic. Personally, maybe I would have taken it a bit further, but hey, I myself I'm just a beginner horror writer, so we'll see how that turns out. Speaking of which, I will take a moment to self-advertise.
Once upon a time.
I myself am an author and a poet, and I go by the name of V.A. Rowe. Don't ask what is going to happen on the 1st of November is that I am finally publishing my own poetry collection in hardback. I'm publishing via Kindle and Amazon, so it will be all available on Amazon in America and as well as in the UK and throughout Europe. Should be good. On the 1st of November, there will be more information, links, author pages, and prior to that, I will continue posting short poetry recitings from my own book. My book, I think, also sort of falls into the disturbing category for various reasons. I am not yet publishing anything gory, but I'm working on it. This is just my poetry collection. If you are subscribed, then you should be aware that I don't only introduce disturbing and provocative literature on this channel, but I also write and recite poetry, both my own and various authors from all over the world. Classics and maybe not really. And poetry has been a passion of mine for many, many years. I am happy to announce that my poetry collection, Misanthropically Inclined, yes, that's the title, is going to be available on the 1st of November 2024. The online version of the book is in the making as well, and as soon as it is out, both of the versions, I will let you guys know. I am very happy to share, and I'm glad that this big project of mine is finally coming to its logical conclusion. I'm glad I did it. Feels really cool. Nobody cares, but I don't care that nobody cares. YouTube is for everyone. That's at least what I want to believe. And if I am going to use YouTube as a platform for advertising my works, because there will be more, so be it. Maybe I'll find my reader too. Returning to today's topic, which is Jon Athan's Lovesick. What is really fascinating about this book is how Athan describes not just the torture, how he describes the emotional attachment of our main character to his girlfriend and how he sort of justifies his actions. And yet the controversy is there. He kind of understands that she doesn't want him anymore. He literally witnesses her cheating on him. And yet, there you have it. He even does things to himself because he is sick like that. But yes, we have our genital mutilation. We have what he does. Like I said, sickness, lovesick. Our dude purposefully infects his girlfriend with various diseases just to see her suffer. And the way he gets those diseases, via blood, via other bodily fluids, again, this is a disturbing channel. What would you expect? I mean, this is, wow, very descriptive, very sharp, very edgy. And till the end, you kind of want her to be safe and survive, but at the same time, along with her, you're kind of praying for her quick demise, because after being infected with those sorts of diseases, there's no turning back. Maybe it's better to frickin' go, you know? Thank you guys so much for watching. If you like disturbing content, consider giving this video a boost in the form of an erect thumb, and make sure to subscribe for more. Take good care of yourselves, ladies and gentlemen, and I shall see you soon. Goodbye.